Well, hello all and welcome. Hope you're all doing well. I've got a little bit of a job to do with regards to some carrots. I've got some barrels, a couple of barrels at the side of this greenhouse, and although I didn't do any last year, I do try and grow some carrots in the barrels. So this year I'm gonna show you the preparation, the work involved, and show you what I do with regards sowing them. Without further ado, we'll wander off outside and I'll show you me sowing these carrots in this barrel. Okay, as you can see, I've made some holes. I've made 24 basically because of the shape of the barrel, and I've got some really finely sieved compost that I am slowly pouring in and then working with a little cane just to make sure. I used a large cane to make the main hole, and I'm filling it with this very fine compost and then just working it in with this little stick to make sure I've got no air gaps. There we go, another one done. I'll get on and do this with all of these, make sure that's it, all done. I'll do the rest of these, then I'll bring you back and show you sowing the seed and finishing off. So I've already started here and I'm slowly working my way over, just pouring about 3 seeds per station. Just so that I can then hopefully we should get good germination, I hope, and we'll end up with some reasonable carrots. Now, to ensure that I know exactly where the carrots are, I'm not going to cover them over with compost. I'm going to use a little bit of vermiculite just on each station. That way then I know where a carrot should be coming up. I've got to be honest, I did think to myself, what can I do to make sure I know where they are? And then I thought, I know, cover each sowing with vermiculite. Stands out like a sore thumb against the compost, so that was a bit too much. There we go. And then with regards watering, we'll just grab hold of that, and all I'm going to do with watering is just a little bit on each each station. The compost before I started was quite moist anyway. We've had a few quite heavy showers, so it's kept the compost really moist. So I'm just now watering this just to make sure these are watered in well. Just go over them again. And as I say, with having the vermiculite on each station, I know that that's where a carrot should start coming up. So that's it, that's me carrots in a barrel done for this year. I have got another barrel next to it, so I can get and do some more in that. So that's the first one done. A little something else that I've been doing, just finished off doing those carrots. A little something else I've done is a continual sowing, and also start of something else. Cabbage, January King, and that. Then I've done some more all year round cauliflower. I've done some more sprouts, some bright F1, and then finally some more Calabrese, Ironman, and the labels, doing my little bit with regards recycling. That is part of a milk bottle, you know, the 2 pint, 4 pint, 6 pint bottles, the big bottles. Well, I've started to cut them down, or cut them up should I say, and make my own labels for them, more permanent marker pen. And as we do have to recycle the plastic, obviously, when that is finished, dead, defunct, so on, that can then go into the recycling. But I thought in the meantime I can make some use of that as plant ID label. So there's a little bit more continual, and something already doing for winter, January King. So that's a little bit more done. Another little job that I want to get on and do is the cucumbers. 3 varieties here, all sown 10th of the 4th. The one that's been the more of a disappointment than anything is Beth Alpha. These are only really, those 2 are getting there well on with their first true leaf. These 3 have only really just started producing their first true leaf, and they're also looking a little bit yellow, but we'll pop them on and hopefully that'll help those. These are Luxury. These are doing well. They're starting to produce their second true leaf as well. And then these here, these are Socrates, and again these are doing the best out of them all, and again producing their first true leaf. Socrates and Beth Alpha, they're the small, like a mini munch type cucumber. The Luxury, they are the sort of standard, shall we say, supermarket type cucumber. Last year I grew these for the first time, and I had cucumbers up to, I think, nearly 18 inches long, and that wasn't because I'd left them on the plant for a couple of weeks longer than you would normally. They just kept growing and growing and growing. That was it. They really are a good, shall we say, full size cucumber. I'm going to obviously pot these on. I've prepared pots. I've just stuck the labels onto these, and with the number, so I know which relates to what, as we've got here. Beth Alpha 49, Beth Alpha 49. I'm going to put 4 on of each. I'm going to be using the good old Microfusel. I'll show you doing, I'll probably do the Beth Alpha to start with, and I'll show you me starting these off. Then I'll bring you back when they're all done, and they will then stay out, not in this greenhouse. I'm going to put them in the other greenhouse because I've got a bit more room in there. So once I've got these potted on, I'll bring you back and show you them all done. Right. Compost that I'm using for these is clover. In fact, I got myself some more bags at the weekend, and it's gone up by a couple of pound. These roots are well down on this. Seem to be, yeah. Oh yes, look at that. Look at the root structure on that. Now then, I'll lie that down. I'm going to make a nice deep hole. Microfusel, swear by this, really do like this. Just a little bit around the hole, and then what I'm going to do then is hold the plant over the pot and just onto the roots. Firming that down. A little bit more compost. And I think that will do. There we go, all done and labelled. So I'll crack on and get the rest done. Well, there we have them, all potted up. 4 at the back are Socrates, the 4 in the middle are Beth Alpha, and then the 4 at the front are Luxury. In the past I've generally done just something, well, last year as an example I did 2 Luxury, 1 in here, 1 in the other greenhouse, and then alongside that I did like a mini munch type cucumber in there. So there was only ever 2 cucumbers per greenhouse. This year I'm going to go with 3, so I'm going to have obviously 1 of each in each greenhouse. But they're all potted up now. They'll be moved into the greenhouse next door, be given a little watering. They don't need a lot because the compost is quite moist, so they'll just have a little bit of watering, go into the greenhouse next door, and when time is right and I've got a bit of room as well, that's the big thing. I've got no room in here at the moment. We'll get and put these out. They will go out into the builder's buckets. I use those for my tomatoes, and I shall use them on these cucumbers as well. They're about I think they're about 13 litre each bucket, so they'll go into them and be positioned in these 2 greenhouses. Right, it's that time of year for me to get and do my sunflower again. Now I know that's looking a bit sad, but that's because it's just come out of the greenhouse. I should really have hardened it off a little before coming out here with it. The tub is the same as last year, 35 litre tub with clover compost. We're going to add a bit of the Microfusel, get and put some of that in. There's nothing else gone into this pot, it is just clover compost. In fact, about the bottom 6 inches are last year's clover compost. and all as I've done is just, well, I'm not going to say zhuzhed it all up, but I've just loosened it all up a little, but I've put nothing else into it. So now I've got to try and see if I can get this out of here without breaking the plant. See what sort of a root structure we've got. Oh yeah, oh, that's a nice root structure there. I can't really show you because it's really very wet. I'll just give it a good watering earlier. I should have, as I say, I should have put this out here, or at least put it out in the back garden 2 or 3 days ago. But I'm just going with the fact that hopefully now we're not going to have any more frosts. That's going to be the big thing. We're getting firm that down. As I say, I've added that microfusel, just a little bit more compost just to sort of tidy up. And then what I'm going to do is take this top clip. I've got some new ones of these which I will get and use, but for now we'll use the existing one that's here. As I say, I grew this last year for Nick's allotment, the Sunflower Challenge, and I will admit I have not gone out of my way to find out if he's doing it again this year. I've not searched anything, so I don't know whether he is. But if he is, well, this is going to be my entry for it. There we go. That will get a good watering, and I've put 2 canes together. Don't know if you can quite see that, but yeah, that's the sunflower. Variety is High Hopes. That was sown 13th of the 3rd, and I've got 2 more in the greenhouse that I will get out, and they're about the same size as this. Got to be honest, it's I did them for the first time last year and I'm very pleased with them. So there we go. So that's my sunflower in my tub, sorted and out the front of the house. Well, that's it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching. It really is very much appreciated. Please leave any comments. Let me know how you've got on, how you're doing with carrots this year. As I say, said with the intro, how they've been a bit iffy, shall I say. Let me know how you've got on, if you've had any success or failures. So until the next time, be good, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra a bit.